All right, good morning. I am happy that you're here to practice yoga with me. Today we're going to be strengthening the hips. Probably going to feel a bit of a burn in the thighs at some point. We're going to be strengthening the hips and the legs, and then we're going to be opening them up as well. So today we're starting at the top of the mat with the feet hip-width distance apart or toes together for chair pose. So if you are one to practice with your feet hip-width distance apart, then do that. If you have no preference or are not that familiar with chair pose, then I recommend bringing the feet together. It will give you a bit more control. So the toes are touching, and then there's space in between your heels. And just take a moment here, roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the belly button up and in, and just take a deep inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. And then for chair pose, go ahead and bend the knees deeply, so deep that you can bring your fingertips down to the floor. Draw the belly button in, push the hips back, and then lift the arms up towards the front. So your arms are reaching diagonally forward. You're drawing the belly button in. You're pressing the knees together, pushing the hips back, and then feel into your feet here. You're actually lifting the toes away from the floor, and you're pressing down through the four corners of the feet instead. Probably already feel a burn here. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands in front of you. Continue drawing the belly button in, and then leaving the knees as they are. Just take an inhale here, and then exhale, just gently twist over towards the left. Inhale through center, it's a very small twist. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Notice what happens in the legs. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. And exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. This time, bring the right elbow to the outer edge of your left thigh. Press the palms together. Press the left hand into the right to lift the torso away from the floor. Check that your knees are in line. It's very common here that the right knee wants to jump in front. Draw the right knee back. Press into the hands. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, draw the belly button in, twist a bit deeper. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, hands in front of heart, and then twist towards the right. Bring the left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Press the hands into one another. Almost done here. Draw the right shoulder back. Inhale, long spine. Check that the left knee is not falling forward. Draw the left hip back. Inhale, find more lift here as you exhale. Twist a bit deeper. And inhale, reach the arms forward. And exhale, forward fold. Oh, nice. Feel the blood rushing back into the legs. Feels good. You can inhale here, come up halfway, roll the shoulders back. Exhale as you fold down, folding from the hips. You can bend the knees here if that feels better. Inhale to come halfway up. Roll the shoulders back, half forward fold. And exhale, lower down. And then on an inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Deep inhale and exhale here. Maybe exhaling out through the mouth on a ha. Two more, inhale. And ha. Last one, deep inhale. And out. Ha. And inhale to reach the arms up, interlace the hands, and then press the palms up towards the ceiling. Draw the belly button in here, and also the lower ribs in. Then reach up, press down through your right foot, and exhale, lean over towards the left. Inhale, turn the gaze and the chest more towards the ceiling, and exhale, lean. One more inhale, reach the arms away, and exhale. Inhale, coming back through center, press down through your left foot, and then exhale, draw the belly button and the lower ribs in, and then lean over towards the right. Heavy left foot here. Inhale as you turn the chest towards the ceiling, and exhale, lean. Last one, inhale, reach the arms away from you, and exhale. Inhale, coming back through center, bring the hands behind you, interlace the hands, press the palms together, draw the shoulder blades together. Feet are still close to each other, so the toes are still touching. Inhale, Bend the knees and then gently straighten them as you lean back, gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw the belly button in, straighten out, and then hinge from the hips coming into forward fold. Feel free to bend the knees here. The fist is reaching up and overhead. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the ground, bend the knees deeply, and then again coming into chair pose. This time, bring the hands in front of heart or even into hips. Press down through your left foot so that you can lift up your right leg from the floor. Then bring the right ankle on top of your left thigh, flex the foot. And from here, bring the hands together in front of your heart if they weren't there already. And sit down a bit deeper, push the hips back for standing pigeon or funky chair, as it's also known. You can stay here, maybe you go a little bit further by hinging from the hips and bringing your belly in the direction of the right shin. So it's a hip opener. You'll feel it most likely in your right glute. Continue flexing the right foot. Maybe you can bend the left leg a bit deeper, push the hips back. One more breath here. And then exhale, bring the right leg down, straighten the upper body out if you hadn't done that already. And then bring the hands back into the sides. Lift up the left leg, bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh, flex the left foot, and then bend the right knee, bring the hands together in front of your heart, push the hips further back, and maybe you stay here or you start leaning a bit forward, reaching the heart towards the front and the hips towards the back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Maybe you can bend the right knee a bit deeper, push the hips back. One more inhale. And exhale. If you're leaning forward, and first straighten out and then bring the knee, bring the foot next to the foot and straighten the legs. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of heart. Open the feet hip width distance if they were together. And then inhale, reach the arms up again. Exhale, draw the belly button in, hinge from the hips, maybe bend the knees coming into forward fold. Inhale to rise up halfway, draw the shoulders back. And then exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank. Take a deep inhale here, reach the heels back. Exhale. Two more deep inhale. And exhale. One more deep inhale. And on an exhale, bring the knees to the ground, hug the arms in towards the body, draw the belly button in, and then lower chest and chin to the ground, gaze forward. The elbows are pointing up, as are the sit bones. Inhale to ground the tops of the feet, slide onto your belly, and roll the shoulders back. Baby cobra. Exhale, forehead to the floor. Inhale, press into the feet, roll the shoulders back, and then lift up using the strength of your back muscles, so you're not using the hands here. Exhale, forehead down. One more, pressing into the feet, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift up the heart. Crown of the head reaches forward, so long neck here. Stay here on the exhale, lift the hands away from the floor. Inhale to come a bit higher. And exhale, stay. One more inhale. And then exhale, lower forehead down. Hands next to the ribs, curl the toes under, and then pushing into the hands, push the hips back over heels, and then exhale. Lift up the sit bones coming into downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhales and exhales. Consciously and mindfully lift up the hips. So you're really pressing away from the floor here, trying to lift the center of your body far away from the ground. You do that by activating the core. So the core is really active. Lift up through the belly button and notice what that does. You also do it by pressing into the feet and really reaching the sit bones up towards the ceiling. One more breath here. And exhale. And then inhale, ground the left foot, lift up the right for three-legged dog. Exhale, open up the hips and bend the knee. And then lift up the right underarm or forearm away from the floor, allowing you to turn the chest to face the mat squarely. Inhale, lift up the knee a bit more. Exhale, turn the chest towards the mat. One more inhale. And exhale. On an inhale, straighten the leg. And then exhale, bring the knee to the right elbow. Shoulders over hands. Inhale as you reach back and open the hips. Exhale, knee towards right elbow. One more inhale. Exhale, knee towards right elbow, and either hold here or inhale, lower the knee towards the wrist. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower to the wrist. Exhale, lift up. One more inhale, lower to the wrist. Exhale, lift up. Inhale to center, and then exhale, step the foot up in between the hands. Pivot on the back foot so that the toes are facing the long edge of the mat, and both heels are in one line. Then bring your right fingertips to the inside of your right foot. And then inhale, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Before going any further here, just check that your right knee is over your right ankle. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Draw the belly button in and really open up the chest here. So draw the left shoulder back, press the right arm into the right leg, and either you stay here or perhaps you reach your left hand behind your ear to reach it forward and create one long line from the outer edge of your left foot to the left fingertips. Continue breathing here, opening the chest, actively pressing that right arm into the right thigh. One more inhale here. Really open up the chest, reach the arm whatever direction you're reaching it in. Exhale to stay. And then inhale, come up, warrior two. Maybe straighten out the leg for a moment and then bend it again. From here, inhale, lift up the heart. Check that your torso is really above your hips and that you're not leaning forward or back. Reach the arms forward and back while your body stays in the middle. From here, bring the hands together in front of your heart and start bending the back knee, straightening the front leg, and then lower down towards the ground for Skandasana, our side lunge. Press the palms into one another, and your side lunge can look any manner of ways. You might even be up here. Maybe you're working a bit higher, or if there's more space, you're working a bit lower. Press into the hands, lift up the heart, inhale. Exhale here. Flex the right foot if you are in this deep version of Skandasana, side lunge. Take one more inhale. And exhale. And then start grounding the front foot, start bending the front knee and straightening the back, finding your legs again in warrior two. Lift up the arms, roll the shoulders back, and exhale, bend the front knee a bit deeper. Press into the outer edge of your back foot. And just feel into this pose. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the strength of reaching your arms forward and back. Lift your heart. Just notice what it's doing to your body. A couple more deep breaths in and out here. Continue bending the front knee deeply. Actively press into the outer edge of the back foot, and then on an inhale, flip the front palm over, reach the palm forward, and then exhale as you lean back, coming into reverse warrior. Continue bending that front knee. It's often tempting in reverse warrior to start straightening it a bit, but want to keep it deeply bent. Turn the chest to face the ceiling, reach the right arm more upwards, and exhale. Feel the stretch in your side body here. One more breath. And exhale. Inhale, coming up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Push the hips towards the back of the room. So left hip pushes back. Reach the right arm forward. Press into both feet. And when you can't reach any further, then hinge at the side. Come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Your right back of the hand is pressing into the right shin. Your left arm is reaching up. Your heart is reaching forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together here. Active core still, draw the belly button in. And in order not to overextend the right leg, just put a micro bend in the leg. One more deep inhale here. And exhale. And then optional to stay and work here in Trikonasana. Or if you want to go into half moon, then bring your upper hand into the left hip. Walk the back foot in a little bit. And then bring your right hand to the floor diagonally in front of your right foot. Find a point to focus on. And then lift up the back leg. Stack the hips over one another. Flex the foot. And now your toes will be pointing straight to the side. Continue drawing the belly button in. Maybe reach the left arm up. And maybe play with bringing the right hand away from the floor. Continue pressing into the right foot. Draw the belly button in. Reach the crown of the head forward and the heel back. One more breath. Deep inhale. And then an exhale. Gently lower the back knee down. Find your way back to warrior two. Draw the belly button in here. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, lower the shoulders. We're going to move through a dynamic warrior sequence, dancing warrior. For that, inhale as you reach forward. Exhale, lean back, right arm overhead, left arm in front of you. Front knee stays deeply bent, gaze towards the ceiling. Inhale through center, warrior two. And then exhale, lean forward, back arm overhead, front arm in front of you. Two more each direction. Inhale. And exhale, lean back. Inhale. And exhale to lean forward. Inhale. Exhale, lean back, press into both feet. Inhale. Exhale as you lean forward. Inhale, center. And then exhale, bring the hands to the ground. Pivot on the back foot. And step back, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Notice any difference between the two legs, between the sides of the body. And breathe. Take one more. Inhale, exhale. Finish the exhale, press all the air out. And then ground down through your right foot. Inhale, lift up the left leg. Exhale, open up the hips and bend at the knee. And then lift the right forearm more away from the floor. Turn the chest towards the ground. Deep inhale here, lift up the knee. Exhale, stay. One more inhale. And then exhale. And inhale to straighten the leg. Oops. Exhale, bring the knee in the direction of your left elbow. Gaze forward, shoulders over hands. Inhale as you reach back, open up the hips. Exhale, knee towards left elbow. One more inhale. Open up the hips. Exhale, knee towards elbow. Either hold or inhale, lower the knee towards the wrist. Exhale, lift up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift up. One more inhale. Exhale, lift up. And then inhale towards the nose. And exhale, step the foot up in between the hands. Pivot on the back foot, so turn the toes to face the long edge of the mat. Bring the heels into one line. Bend the front knee deeply. Then bring the left fingertips to the inside of your left foot. Press the left arm into the left knee. Ground down through the outer edge of your back foot. And then inhale, reach the right arm up. Active core here, draw the belly button in towards the spine. And either stay here, pressing the left arm into the left leg to open it up. Or maybe you reach the right arm overhead. Wherever you are, draw the right shoulder back and turn your gaze towards the ceiling. If you are in full extended side angle, actively reach the fingertips far away from the outer edge of your right foot. Continue breathing here. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. On an inhale, come all the way up. Warrior two. Straighten the front leg and then bend it. Deep inhale. And then exhale, straighten the front leg, bend the back, and come into your version of side lunge. You can also be down here. Maybe you lift up your heel. If you are in the low version of Skandasana as opposed to up here, then make sure that you flex your foot. Wherever you are, aim to lift up your heart, press the palms together, roll the shoulders back, and breathe. Inhale, sit up a bit straighter. Exhale, roll the shoulders back, and then on an inhale, come all the way up. Warrior two, reach the arms forward and back. Exhale, roll the shoulders down. Bend the front knee a bit deeper. Press into that outer edge of the back foot. Exhale, bend the knee a bit deeper. And then inhale to reach the left palm forward and up. And then exhale, lean back, reverse warrior. Inhale, turn the chest more towards the ceiling. And exhale. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Draw the belly button in. Exhale, bend the front knee deeper. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back through center, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Walk the back foot in a little bit. Push the hips towards the back so the right hip reaches back. Left arm reaches forward. Draw the belly button in. When you can't reach any further, then hinge from the hips. Come into Trikonasana. Press into both feet. Put a micro bend in the front leg. Reach the right arm up. Heart pushes forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breathe deeply here. Very active arms. So the arms are reaching in opposite directions. Press down even more through the feet and draw the belly button in to create a lift from the core. All right, you can stay here, or for half moon, first bring the upper hand into the hip, the right hip. Bend the front knee, maybe walk the back foot in a little bit. And then bring the left hand diagonally in front of your left foot. Find a point to focus on. And then lift up, coming into half moon. You flex the right foot so that the toes are pointing to the side. Stack the hips over one another. The toes of the standing foot are pointing straight forward. From here, maybe you reach your right arm up. Draw the belly button in. And maybe you experiment with lifting up the hand away from the floor. When you're reaching in all directions, so reaching the heel back, reaching the arm up and pressing down through the foot, whilst also drawing in the core belly button, you create a very stable little package here, ideally or theoretically. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then exhale, bend the front knee, gently bring the back foot down, and come back to warrior two. Got one more dancing sequence here. Bend the front knee deeply, open up the arms. Inhale, so you reach forward, and then exhale, lean back, left arm overhead, right arm in front of you. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean forward, right arm over you, left arm in front. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean back, continue bending the front knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean back. I believe there's one more. Inhale and exhale, lean forward. Inhale through center, and then exhale, bring the hands to the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. And take a couple of breaths here. That was it for the standing, challenging, strength building poses. You made it. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Then shift back to breathing in and out through the nose as you press down through your left foot. Inhale to lift up the right leg, open up the hips. And then exhale, bring the knee in the direction of your right wrist for pigeon. Here, and then open the right foot a little bit in the direction of the left wrist. From here, walk your left foot back and then bring the top of the foot to the mat. So for pigeon pose, we're all built very differently in the hips. You want to, whatever position you choose, you want to have a certain amount of stability here. So you want your hip to be touching the ground. If it's not, then experiment with bringing, first of all, the right foot closer to your left hip. Or if you have something nearby, it could be anything like a pillow or a book. You can bring it underneath your hips, so just to prop it up a little bit. And then if you have very open hips, well, if this is not working at all, then I just recommend coming onto your back and doing this figure 4 pose. And then clasping your hands, clasping your hands around the thigh or over the knee. And then here, making sure that you're flexing the foot and working the hip in that way. So that would be the variation. But if you are, if you have hips that allow for pigeon, then find your version. So for more flexible and open hips, again, depending on how we're built, you might want to experiment with walking the right foot more in the direction of the left top corner of the mat. Wherever you are, check back and see that your leg is completely straight behind you. Make sure that your hips are touching the ground or touching something. And then you can either stay here if you want to work more actively. Just work on drawing everything in towards the midline. Draw the right hip back and the left hip forward. Roll the shoulders back. So stay quite active. Or if you want a more passive version, come down first, maybe to your forearms. Just giving the body here a moment to get acquainted with the pose. And when it feels like there's space, maybe you build a pillow with your hands and bring your forehead down on top of them. Just going to stay a couple of breaths here. Breathe into the outer right hip. Or soften the shoulders and the point between the eyebrows. Take 2 more breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, gently lift yourself up. Press both hands into the mat if you're in this version. If you are lying on your back, then just bring your foot next to the left, shift the hips back to center, and move on to the other side. From pigeon, though, press into the hands, curl the toes of the left foot under, and then lift up, coming into downward facing dog. Straightening out both legs here. Take 1 breath in and out. And then inhale to lift up your left leg, open up the hips, bend the knee. And then exhale, bring the knee in the direction of your left wrist. Find your version for this side as well. First, walk your right foot back, pressing the top of the foot into the mat, and then seeing how far or near the right hip you want to bring your left foot. Again, it should not hurt anywhere, and the hips might be different from one side to the other. Take a deep inhale here, lift up the heart, roll the shoulders back, gaze forward. And perhaps you stay, or exhale, come down first to the forearms. Pull the left hip back as you're also reaching the right heel, or right hip forward, not the right heel. After a couple of breaths, perhaps you build a pillow with the hands to bring your forehead down on top of. And see if you can soften in the shoulders, the point between the eyebrows. Allow the breath to be quite soft here. Not very strained, but still focused. Take 2 more breaths. And then inhale to gently push yourself up. Press into the hands, curl the back foot under, curl the back toes under, and then just lift up momentarily to downward facing dog here. Lift the sit bones up, draw the belly button in, and then exhale, bring the knees to the ground and sit back onto your heels. If you have the time, then I invite you to lie down for a rest in Shavasana. Maybe set a timer for 2 to 5 minutes, whatever you have time for. And then when that timer goes off, just gently wake up the body, bring your breath back into the body. But to keep within time, I'm gonna end in a seat here. So if you don't have that much time, then join me sitting. So find a comfortable seat, draw the belly button in, roll the shoulders up towards the ears, and then back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together here, lift up through the belly button. Gently close your eyes and soften the point between the eyebrows. Let's bring your attention to your hip area. Feel into the hips, especially the outer edges or outer part of the hips, but also maybe feel into the front of the hips, just noticing any observation here, or any sensation rather. What do the hips feel like? How would you describe that feeling? Is it warmth? Maybe sparkles? Maybe they just feel light or heavy? There are so many options. Just notice what you feel. And then take a deep inhale in through the nose here. Exhale out through the mouth. Bring the hands together in front of your heart. Gently bow your chin in towards your chest. And allow me to thank you for practicing with me this morning. It's always a joy for me to know that there's someone else on the other side of the screen. I love doing this so much, and so thankful that you join, that you take the time out of your day to do this with me. Have a most wonderful day, whatever your day will bring, and hope to see you soon. Namaste.